Hey guys, how you doing? So it's time to start the next chapter, chapter 10. We're doing structural search and rescue. This is where I really wish we could be together because this is actually a lot of fun. But we've got to go through. We got to go through. And for those of you interested in the fire service, here's just an opportunity to learn a very important piece of what we do. It's really important to remember. Our motto is life, property, right? Life and property. We save life and save property, but life always comes first. And when we identify need for search and rescue, that takes precedent over anything else. Hopefully, you guys watched that video I sent to you. It was Fresno. And one of the things I like best about that video is it shows the urgency, the awareness of what's going on, the fact that there is someone trapped inside, quickly trying to identify who it is, where they might be, and then more importantly, if you were paying attention, the fact that you can't see anything in front of your face. I mean, this is really about getting down and really searching around, trying to find the victims and get them out as quickly as possible. So hopefully you watch that. If you didn't, take a look at it, please. It's really important we take a look at it. This won't be too long. Go through a couple slides here, and we'll be done. Okay. So structural firefighting, or excuse me, search and rescue. Objective number one: explain best practice to ensure firefighter survival during interior operations. It is a dangerous place to be, even with your gear on, and we've discussed this. Even with your gear on, sometimes we're really unaware of how dangerous it can actually be because the temperatures really can't be felt, and that's important to remember. So we need to know how we're doing this right. Ensuring firefighter survival, recognizing potential hazards. We have to be aware of our surroundings. One of the things that we will be working on is a little bit of construction. I'd like to do that. Happen a little bit later, firefighter construction. And that helps us understand potential for hazards, part of what we need to understand. Rescue lost or trapped firefighters and escape unavoidable hazards. These are things that we need to practice. We need to be prepared for and understand what we're looking for so we can keep ourselves safe at all times. Situational awareness, search and rescue operations, conditions specific to search and rescue that should be communicated. Um, we should have full awareness of the situation at hand and the concerns that we should have during these situations. Location and extent of the fire, change in heat levels. That's where our thermal imaging cameras actually come into play now. There's a lot more of those available to firefighters now, and they use those now. Change to fire behavior, spread and growth, visibility levels and changes. And so that video showed you really there's no visibility in most cases. I can't tell you how often I've walked into a burning building. Smoke is so thick you can barely see your hand in front of your face. You really have to orientate yourself with a wall and understand where you're at that point. Change to neutral planes. So as the fire begins to shift and change in different directions, the area of safety may be limited and changing. Smoke color or change of smoke color. We understanding how smoke breathes, how it moves, how it changes color depending on the intensity of the fire. Volume and behavior of the smoke, how much smoke is coming out. Puffing smoke, big rolling balls of smoke coming out. We've seen some of those videos of flashover. And we've got all of a sudden these big rolling puffs of big black smoke, and then you see all that stuff light up. That's that flashover waiting to actually happen. We should be aware. Knowing location, number of victims or occupants. We're tasked with something really unique right now. Think about it. We're in the middle of this pandemic. We have a stay-at-home order. Typically in the middle of the week, Monday through Friday, from 10 o'clock to 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If a fire breaks out in a home, our least concern is rescue. It's probably not something high on the list. But that's changed drastically now, right? Because nobody's going to work. Everyone's pretty much home, which means any fire at any point in time during the day could be the one that some people are trapped in. So we need to be fully aware of that. Starting and available air supply. We should know what we have in our tanks and that they're full and how far we can actually push those. Safe haven and alternate exit routes. Where is our safe spot to be? Always have your back to the exit so you know how to get back out. And if you get stuck, how are you going to find another route out? Indications of ceiling floor collapse. And I found a video earlier of a collapse of a ceiling in Las Vegas. I'll see if I can pull that one back up and send it to you guys just to look at. It's pretty crazy. It happens very, very quickly. Personal preparation for survival. Practice sound firefighter techniques. Practice situational awareness. Anticipate types of survival situations you may face. Practice mayday and self rescue. Check your own and team members' air supply. Practice basic skills until they are automatic. Um, when we practice as we're playing. And most importantly, when we practice till we understand exactly what we're doing. There's no thought process involved. Because again, a lot of times this stuff happens. It's 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm half asleep. Okay. And being half asleep, I need to be able to function without thinking in some cases. You're going to wake up pretty quickly when you get into a burning building. But the fact of the matter is, you still have to think, you still have to do without even thinking, really what it comes down to. Physical and mental preparation, practice basic skills, train for hazards you'll encounter. And that's part of the thing. I love to be able to be in class with you guys because it's where we can practice this stuff. Practice air management techniques. You guys did a report, if you remember, a while back on breathing methods, different ways to practice that, and practice emergency exit techniques. Physical and mental preparedness. Make sure your PPE matches the hazards and is working properly. So this is structural gear. We're not going to fight wildland fire. This is not a airport fire type gear. This is meant for interior firefighter structure firefighting. Know your duties. What is your responsibility? Are you the nozzle man? Are you partner backing someone up? Is your goal simply search and rescue? Are you part of the RIC team, which means you're sitting out waiting to go in only to rescue firefighters that may go down? So, what is your duty and what are you responsible for? Know your physical limitations. We all have limitations, okay? And what is that limitation? And if you're aware of your limitation, you're not going to put yourself in a bad spot. That's really what it comes down to. No limitations of your PPE and air supply. I think we looked into the turnouts, and I believe upwards of 1,000 degrees. Now, these fires can get pretty darn hot, so they will protect you. But the fact of the matter is, they will not protect you forever. What is that limitation? How far can you go with a 30-minute bottle? Can you go? You can't go a full 30 minutes. Can you go 20? Are you going to only be able to get 15 out of it? Know what you're capable of using that bottle at. Look out for members of your crew. We are always watching each other. This is my brother going in. I'm watching out for him, and he's watching out for me. And we protect each other and watch over each other and keep each other safe always. Listen to your team members. I don't know everything. My team member doesn't know everything, but together the two of us know enough that we'll be okay. And I'm going to listen to him as they're going to listen to me as well. Follow orders thoughtfully. Ask for clarification if it do not understand if you didn't understand it right or didn't sound right. You'll always want to ask for clarification. If you are unaware of what it is you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to do it, you need to speak up, because the last thing you need to be is the weak link who goes in and then you screw things up because you weren't aware. You didn't know what you were supposed to do. Clear it up. Make sure you have full understanding, and then take care of your task at hand. Like I said, that was going to be a quick one, guys. Real simple and easy, just getting us started. I will be working on more, passing that out to you. I'll break this down piece by piece so we don't have to do way too much too quickly. There's going to be plenty of video, but I'm going to actually work on, I'm going to bring some of my gear home, and I'm going to show you some techniques and things that you need to be aware of. Hopefully it'll be beneficial for you, okay? Thank you very much. You guys stay safe, and we'll see you again soon.